Speedstack Structure View is a new view of structures within Speedstack, which lets you see complex impedance-controlled structures all at a glance from the main editor window. Structure View presents you with a useful overview of the controlled impedance structures and insertional structures that exist on the stackup. This new view is positioned at the right of the existing stackup. All structures are aligned with the stack on the electrical layers that they're designed on, and it's easy to access a structure view, and the next screen will show you just how to do that. So here's the stackup main view, and I'll drag that across, and now you can see to the right of the stackup view, the structure view. I can flick it back and flick it across again. It's very easy to navigate in the structure view. When you're in structure view, you can toggle between stackup view and structure view. You can have many impedance structures, including structures with the same impedance on the same layer that are on different designed traces. And you can select any structure and it will immediately jump you to the structure in the controlled impedance structure list. Likewise, if you navigate through the structure list, clicking on the structures in the structure list will take you through and highlight those structures in the structure view. This feature and capability has been added because some of our customers had so many impedance structures, it was hard to keep track of them through the normal editor screen. For clarity, you can flick the text between black or white. This is up to your personal preference. And it's very easy to drag the view to the left and to the right or lock them into their positions that you have as a default. Looking in a bit more detail, you can see that the header contains the target impedance, the structure type and layers. The structure information is arranged by target impedance, then by structure type, and structures of the same target impedance and type are positioned in the same column. The calculated impedance and lower upper trace widths and separation are also shown. This is an interactive view, so as I said before, clicking on the trace switches to the structure on the controlled impedance tab. Once you've highlighted that, you'll get a highlight blue box around the particular structure you've selected. Likewise, browsing structures on the controlled impedance tab also highlights the structure you've selected on the structure view. By clicking on Filter by Layer, you can show just the structures on the selected layer. Filtering structures by layer, it's useful when you're focusing on critical layers of the stackup, and in this example, I've highlighted layer 4. You can use the mouse wheel to zoom, and you can select the extents, or you can zoom in and out and drag the stackup up and down to the position that's most useful for the area you're viewing at the moment. And all that data is now visible in one main view. You'll notice here that if you're used to Speedstack, I've switched to the 2D view. You can also view the stackup in 3D, but when you're using structure view, it's much clearer to select the 2D view of the stackup, and it sits well alongside the structure view information. If you like what you see in structure view, you can also export that as a JPEG. So in the file export, there's a controlled impedance data option that allows you to select the structure view image and export that as a graphic file, so you can use that in your documentation. Just as a reminder, there's a couple of extra views we've also added to Speedstack this year. One is the grid view, which gives you an Excel-like format, and once you're in grid view, you can export and edit the editable fields in Excel, manipulate them, and bring them back into grid view again for processing in the stackup Speedstack format. And while we're on the subject of reminding you of the other views, I'll move along to proportional view. You can always click the proportional icon and get a Z-axis or a Z-axis proportional view of the stackup height, and there's actually ruler controls on here as well, so you can graphically check that your dimensions of your pressed stackup are correct. Thank you for viewing this presentation, and if you'd like more information, please do contact the names on this slide. They'd be delighted to help you, and if you'd like a demonstration or a presentation for yourself, or to evaluate Speedstack, you can evaluate Speedstack simply by contacting polarcare@polarinstruments.com, and we'll arrange an evaluation with your local office for you. Thanks once again, and if you've enjoyed this video, please do remember to subscribe to the Polar Instruments YouTube channel.